I lead the freelance team, and on a daily basis I look after freelance designers finding them work with our clients. Well, firstly, I'd always recommend that you save before you resign. I'd say you need ideally 2 months worth of expenses saved, because then if it takes a while for your work to get going, you won't worry about it. I'd also suggest you find yourself a good accountant, not an out-of-date one, an up-to-date guy who knows the tax scene, who can advise you, should you be self-employed using an umbrella company for your billing, or should you go limited. So put your basics in place first. I think it's important to realise that yes, freelance is primarily a way of earning money. It's not a career move. You're not going to be client-facing most of the time. You won't be doing team leading if you're at that level. So actually it's a way of earning money, but what it can give you if you do it well is a lot of variety. You get to see lots of different agencies, see what they're like, see what you like, see what you don't. And if you're lucky, you might get some really long chunky bookings, and you might get to see projects all the way through. So, yes, freelance portfolios, very important. They're not quite the same as permanent portfolios. The way freelance is booked is very often a client ringing up and saying, we need a branding designer who has worked with financial companies, for example, or we need a packaging designer who's worked on beer. So you need lots of variety in your portfolio, probably more projects than you would for a permanent job. And tell the story of some of those projects visually. Don't just show the end product, show some of your concept work, talk about the brief, show how you developed that concept, and then bring those final results to life. Don't just show a pack on a white background, show it on the shelf in the supermarket. So really bring it to life and make your folio engaging. Freelancers often aren't sure whether they should contact people they know direct or whether they should use recruiters. I'd say do both. Then you're covering the best of both worlds. So yes, use your contacts, of course, see if they will give you any freelance work, but maybe pick out 2 recruiters to begin with. Try and pick the ones that you feel have got a sort of affinity or a synergy with you. Go and see them before you resign, or at least just after you've resigned, before you start freelancing. Talk them through your folio. Also, always be honest with your recruiters. Make sure that you don't allow them to double up on sending your CV to places it's already gone. I think if you're upfront with your recruiter, they will be upfront and helpful with you. The best freelancers, the ones who get booked the most, are up for anything. They're always positive. They will always put their best into whatever they're doing, whether it's a whole branding project, or whether it's a bit of a project, or whether they're dealing with someone else's concept and developing it, or whether it's their own. So go in, always be positive, always be helpful, always do your best. Don't always disappear out of the door at 5:30 on the dot. Behave as if you're slightly a permanent person. Show commitment to that company while you're there, and you'll very quickly build up a list of freelance contacts who want to book you again and again.